In 2019, 2.25 million tourists came to Alaska. About 1.3 million of those visitors came on big ships. Tourism in that year was responsible for a little more than $4 billion in economic activity in our state. But in 2020, those numbers all dropped. They dropped perilously close to zero. Small and medium-sized Alaska businesses are at great risk today. There was state and federal help that, along with mortgaging everything they had, kept a lot of business owners' doors open. There was state and federal help that kept ordinary Alaskans who work in the tourism industry from defaulting on their mortgages and their car loans and having to leave. But everyone is leveraged to the hilt now, Mr. President, and if the 2021 season looks like the 2020 season for cruise tourism, there will be no jobs, and there will be very few businesses left alive to reopen in 2022. Mr. President, our neighbors in Canada closed their waters and their ports to the big ships for the entire cruise season, even as vaccines were on the way. U.S. law effectively means the big ships have to either start or make a stop in Canada. SJR9 calls for short-term temporary relief from the federal government from those U.S. laws so that there is at least a chance the ships can travel a part of their season and bring customers to the doors of Alaska businesses, visitors to our communities, and work to our neighbors. Our congressional delegation is working on this issue, Mr. President. SJR9 is a little bit of backup for them, and a statement from the Alaska State Legislature that this is important. These jobs, these businesses, our neighbors in tourism, need a hand. They need work. There was question in public testimony about COVID safety. Isn't that the reason behind all of this? Mr. President, the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have a 40-page conditional sale order that governs COVID safety if we're able to get the ships to return and ply Alaska waters for part of their season. It is rigorous. It is thorough. If I believed there was risk of these ships bringing COVID-19 outbreaks to Alaska waters under the CDC's order, I wouldn't be supporting SJR9. Mr. President, I believe this can be done safely, responsibly, and our neighbors can have customers and can have work for a part of this season. I urge the members to support the resolution. Thank you, Mr. President.